This is the biggest bag of scrap fabric I've seen in a thrift shop in years. They wanted $25 for it, but green was half off, so that would have made it $12.50, which isn't a bad price at all. There's lots of vintage in here, and it's a jumble, so you can just catch glimpses of the different prints. There's some mushrooms there. I'm not even going to hazard a guess at how many yards total might have been in here. It was heavy. But there was also a lot of stuff that wasn't usable for quilting. That duck there is a little different variety of vintage than I am generally shopping for. When you're looking at a bag like this, you kind of have to turn it over and look at all the edges. So those brown ducks are a knit. That wild animal print looked like it was fleece. I saw a lot of upholstery fabric. I still think there might have been enough good stuff in here to make it worth it, but I just bought 3 bags I haven't even started cutting into yet. So I left this for the next crafter to find. There was also another smaller bag that would have been $10, and maybe I should have looked a little more closely at that one. I was running errands and left the house a little bit early so that I could stop and browse the thrift stores. Here's a beaded Mill Hill kit. It would have been 99 cents, but turn it over and look at the back, and they have cut the project out of the perforated plastic, so that's already been stitched. That was not a good deal. I love fishing creels, but they have a price tag on the cardboard from a dimensions kit. This shop is run by volunteers, and some of their choices are interesting. I think this is the same pattern my grandma used to make the Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls for me when I was little. Newer version of the same pattern, I would bet, because by the price, it is definitely decades newer than the one she used. And I was tempted, but based on those cross-stitch kits, there's no way all the pieces are going to be in there. I have never seen so much in their craft section, but their craft section is a jumble. It is not even remotely organized, which I don't expect it to be, but I didn't have the patience to dig through absolutely everything. I dug through a bit, and I did find some cross-stitch kits. Here's a brand I have never seen before, and it was a cute little Night Before Christmas bestseller decorative cross stitch keepsakes. I should wait till it's on the screen before I try to read it. And here's a stamped Busilla kit. That one was cute. I don't know if I have the energy to stitch another stamped kit right this second, so again, I left it for someone else to enjoy and have fun with. I just go to look and see what they have, and occasionally I like something so much it follows me home. They also had these 2 other kits. This is a Disney Eeyore. I have never seen the company logo stamped on the Ada like that. Is that printed cross stitch? I probably should have read the packaging. That would have satisfied my curiosity. And 4 stamped samplers. And then here's a vintage crewel frame, Jiffy Stitchery. That would have only been 50 cents. There wasn't anything to drool over in the bric-a-brac except for this little corn husk doll in front of the general store. She was absolutely adorable. And then there was a painting that I almost decided to send a picture to my daughter and see if that would go with the gallery wall she's creating, but I didn't. Then I was across the street to another thrift store. Look at this. I am drooling over a cardboard shipping container. But the fact that it says dolls makes it... This thrift store has a lot of craft supplies, and they spend a great deal of time organizing this. What would animated buttons be? The drawer was empty, so I couldn't satisfy my curiosity, and for whatever reason, my editing software won't let me clip this section of the video, so I apologize. We've got about 2 more seconds and then we will be back to what I really came here to show you. They had quilting magazines, bundled up 6 for $1. When I first started quilting, this is how I built my magazine collection, and these had a blue star on them, so they were half off. They're from a period of time when I had gotten busy in life and stopped buying magazines. Is that a cow or a dog? I could not decide. And then I saw the knitting needles. Okay, ignore the broken one in the front. I have been wanting to buy new sock needles for a while now. They're not prohibitively expensive, but I would have to buy online to get what I want and then pay shipping, and I just haven't gotten around to it. At $2 at the thrift store for the size and material I need, they're not the exact brand I planned on buying, but that is a heck of a good deal. And most of the brands here are good local knitting shop stuff. I don't know. I think that says Crystal Palace. I don't know if I have bought those before, and I don't know off the top of my head what they sell for. I remember ages ago when square knitting needles came out and I wanted to try them, but for some reason I never did. Those metallic ones were really heavy, and I don't like metallic round needles. But these are wooden, and they're a decent size for knitting hats, so I decided to spend the $4 and experiment. What I wound up paying total was what I would have spent to buy the 2 sets of knitting needles I'd planned on. These are baleen, which is made out of plastic, not whales, but for some reason, my husband and I drove to the coast a few days ago. We're talking about whales, and in the back of my head, I was remembering that there was a brand called baleen, and I used to like them, and why didn't I have any anymore? Now I've got 2 new sets. This book is a compilation of patterns from the old Kansas City Star newspaper. And then this one is quilt patterns in a self-published book from 1979. I had so much fun and a little bit of a splurge. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle, and I'll be back with you with more videos soon.